I'm in Tulum today with
Jesse Zotti.
Jesse is playing tonight at Vagalum.
Yes, sir.
I think you have most of the residency now there.
Yeah.
So what do you feel to start? What do you feel about playing in Tulum?
So it's been over a year now that Steve invited me to open up for him for his Pendulum Nights, and so far amazing. I mean, starting up the night for him there is pretty much what I inspired to do for my whole life. So it's a full circle moment on this one for me.
I see like you guys are playing a lot together recently. Is it a relationship like you built over the years?
So as of last year, he tried me out to open up for him here, and we clicked. Like after the first time, it was beautiful. It's as if I had someone like my long lost brother from another mother. It's crazy on a music side and also on a personal side. We share a lot of the same views and ways of especially music. Music for me is key on this. So for me to share that with one of my biggest role models was very special.
Yeah. Uh, how do you prepare usually for a gig? But especially like now we are in Tulum, do you do something different from your other gig, for example in Montreal?
Honestly, I don't. My preparation for Montreal as here is exactly the same. Like I take, especially when I open, like I mean, that's what I love doing. Take that very seriously. And for the odd reason that one day I can't or I don't have enough time to prepare, I always end up finding time because it's in me. Like, I mean, I just take it so seriously. So I always want fresh, new stuff. As you've seen, you came upstairs before. I'm still there grinding. I got in yesterday at 2 a.m. and just wake up early and get my stuff ready for tonight. And people, they just think that you show up to the gig,
Yeah.
you play, and it's magic and okay, wham bam, thank you, man. But it's not that. There's a lot of stuff behind, a lot of preparation on for me, anyways. It's not your top 10. I definitely don't do that. It's a lot of digging.
Do you have any like superstition before a set? Something like you do specific that if you don't do it, you're not like feeling well?
It's a great question. It's not really superstition on doing it. It's more what I wear.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have, or I wear my good luck boxers, or I wear my good luck pants. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. So it's just if you want to call that superstition, then that's what it is.
I mean, yeah, it is a bit, a bit. I mean, you've been playing for a long time. You're a resident in Montreal, in Stereo Montreal, especially for several years now. Sorry. What would you like describe your relationship with Stereo? Because it's for me in particular, it's a very special place. I mean, for all Montrealers, right? But it's something special about this place, right?
I think it's special, yeah, for Montrealers. I think it's special for around the world, especially in a time now where everything is all on Instagram and everything's videos. Um, Stereo's about completely the opposite of that. I've had many other interviews and we talk about the thing, and it comes down to the same thing. It's really about the music there. You know it, I know it. So for me to be a resident there, for it's something about just really about the music, for me, it's special because I know people are coming to hear my music. So for me, I take it very seriously, and
Yeah.
my relationship there is very good with them. It's a it's a reciprocal thing. I respect them as they respect me, and I feel part of the family and part of the furniture there, which is
Yeah.
very special. And I mean, people are like, oh, you're so lucky. Like, yeah, I am lucky. I just worked very hard for that. And it just happens that also the style fits. The style fits, which is very important because like I said before, it's all about the music. If the
Yeah.
style wouldn't fit, there's so many good DJs, but if the style doesn't fit, I feel like it's
Yeah.
also part of it, right?
Exactly. If you could play one track for the rest of your life, what will it be, in your opinion?
It's my all-time favorite track ever, and I'm sure people will notice it. It's not an opening track. It's Oxia Domino. That track there, Still today, after all these years, I could play it anywhere. Like anytime I'm about to like rip it or like closing or whatever, that track there is incredible.
Yeah, it hypes up the.
What a track! What a track! And I actually had the chance to meet with Oxia to tell him about this like recently, and it was a funny discussion. Um, you know, after all these years and like traveling, and you get to meet all these the artists, right? And I had to let him know. I'm like, listen, I'm not a fanboy. I'm not one of those guys that are like, but I have to tell you, your track still resonates today. And believe it or not, that was my wedding track, my entrance wedding track when I got married.
Yeah, it's really something special to you then. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
see.
added some vocals on it, and my wife said okay to that.
Wow, if she said okay, she seems to like you a lot, to love you a lot.
Hey, I think it's love now. Yeah.
I didn't ask about your. I always ask like DJs about their first time playing in front of a crowd. Do you? I'm sure you recall it, right?
When you say in front of a crowd, like I mean, it started when I was 16. So there's small crowds, there's big crowds, there's festivals.
Yeah, I mean like first time where you felt pressure, if you want, like first time where you're not really like a paying gig, you know, like
Yeah.
just something.
I understand. Well, listen, it's paying, not paying makes zero difference. For me, I still have pressure. You know, like tonight. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I'm playing next to Steve. Yes, we're friends, whatever. But my pressure to, you know, this is like world leading class act stuff that people they come and hear it. So I do feel the pressure, especially when you're playing alongside someone like that. Still today, after all these years, like I can go back and just play the same stuff, but no, I still have the pressure of finding that track. That what is that, you know? So I put the pressure on myself.
You traveled a lot, so the best city for partying, in your opinion, and also if you have like any like specific clubs or rave you experienced this before and you would love like to do it again.
Listen, for cities, I don't want to be like, I mean, there's so many good cities that have different, you know, different little things that are special about it. So, favorite cities, I can't say, but I could say my favorite rave that I've ever done, believe it or not, was in Montreal. And it was special because it was so advanced in its time. I don't know if you were there. It was at the Pepsi Forum. It was the Tribe rave. Tribe had made a rave, the club, and they had Sasha Digweed, Sander Kleinenberg. They were so advanced. There was no money issue. Money was not an issue. So they went all out. Lights, dancers. As you can, the lineup was incredible.
Yeah,
It was still today. It was. I was like, wow, what a lineup. The music was just perfectly like, and you don't see that in like, you don't see that anymore. Where it's like, you know, there's all the elements come together, and that's very important.
what's the most annoying thing a crowd can do during a set?
Annoying thing, I don't know. Like, no one really asks me for songs, so I'm very happy about that. I know I have a lot of friends like, oh man, people they come, they ask me for music. I think when they come out to,
But not, I mean like not for your style of music, you know, like
Yeah.
those like requests are more like commercial, you know.
Yeah.
I think, and like you also playing like on venues that you're not like really like accessible, you know, to ask.
that's
so-
true. That's true. I guess I'm lucky about that. But I don't know. Like, I mean, people are very respectful. Crowds are very respectful. I don't I don't know. It's not really anything really annoying that could really happen.
Yeah.
I think you know the most annoying thing is when my personal friends come and they talk to me in my ear all night. But I guess it's part of it, right? It's annoying, but I love it.
Yeah.
It's part of it.
Yeah, I mean they're happy for you, so maybe they want to express it.
100%, and I understand, I
Yeah.
understand. I will never tell them anything, but I guess that's maybe sometimes annoying when this, especially when I'm opening, and I like to be in my own bubble. You know,
Yeah.
when I'm playing all night long, whatever, no problem, drinks here, this. But when I'm opening and I'm really focused in on being the most perfect I could be, you know, it's like trying to write an essay and someone's talking to you in your ear all the time. It's the same thing, you know.
Yeah. On that note, do you recall like any stories, like crazy stories or funny stories that happens to you while DJing? I'm sure that you have something in mind.
Oh yeah, big time. There's so many things, but one that sticks out all the time is I was playing once, and a girl decided to sit on the CD player and
Sit?
sit on the CD player, and she's like, "Well, she was sitting down with her hand, and her hand touched the CD player, so it was what a disaster that was." But
Montreal?
in Montreal, yeah, it was
Wow.
at a loft party. So like, I mean, it wasn't 500 people, but it was
Mm,
a good amount of people.
yeah,
And when you're in the zone, it was very awkward.
yeah.
So
That was the CDJ where the track was playing?
yeah, track was playing, and she just gets in the DJ booth, like, yeah, sits down, puts her hand, and I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you have any crazy airport stories?
Airport store. Oh my god, absolutely. The first time that Steve invited me to play. Um, the reason why I don't like to play outside too much, because I hate airports. I hate airports. So the fact that I'm, basically resident at Stereo for me makes me very happy. I don't have to take a plane. Just take my car and go. But at the airport, the first time coming here, Flair Air, which I no longer fly anymore. Forget it. Even if they pay me, I'll never take Flair Air. Kept on delaying, canceling. I came here 2 days before. I ended up showing up to my gig maybe 2 hours before.
Wow.
Very stressful. I was sick. I had fever. This was happening with the canceling of the flights for 2 days. This was happening, and I'm like, maybe it's a sign I shouldn't go. And I'm like, fuck it, I'm going with Steve Lawler. I'm going. That was definitely an airport story forever, and I'm so happy that I bought another plane ticket to come.
I wanted also to ask you about the sync button. Do you think it's a tool or do you think it's cheating for DJs?
I don't really use the sync button, so I don't know. I don't even know how to use the sync button. To be honest, I used to play on Tractor forever,
Mm.
and I had people like, "Oh yeah, you sync your mom." Like, what? I don't even know what that is. Like the whole point is to juggle. No,
Yeah.
like I'm a vinyl DJ at heart, like from how I started. So the whole sync thing,
Do you have a big vinyl collection?
I
that
do.
you play?
Yes, yeah, I do. I do. It's mostly older vinyl, and believe it or not, I have a lot of hip hop vinyl because I used to play hip hop before playing house. Because in Montreal there was no house real clubs that would accept me because it was a small community. So I was trying to
Mm.
play, but yeah, the the hip hop stuff was something that was really. I have a lot of hip hop collection. People are
Okay.
really crazy about that.
Would you would you say like would you sometimes maybe play vinyl again or maybe like in stereo? Can you like at some point like put a hip hop song or is it like something that comes to mind sometimes or no?
I would definitely not put a hip hop song. That's for sure.
Yeah.
but
I mean
but
maybe the closing track. No?
no.
If you close.
No, no, no. There's a lot of. I know. I mean, I have so many edits of house music. That's hip hop.
Mm.
With samples of it, no problem. But strictly, no, I don't. I would never do that. It's not in my thing. But as per vinyl, well, I actually just released a vinyl, my first vinyl. Would I play it at stereo? Definitely. But to take out the turntables to play
Just one,
four or
yeah.
five tracks is a lot of trouble, and I wouldn't want to put the owner through that, because it takes some calibration for a whole night. Sure, unfortunately, the music that I play is not accessible really on vinyl. Like house, even some tech house, but mostly house. Minimal house is very cool. It's cool to be on vinyl, and so they go out and do that thing. The Ricardos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But in my genre, really no one prints out vinyl.
A very controversial question. Do you think AI can replace DJs?
The way it's going, yeah, like it could. Would it be a good DJ? No, because for me, the new kids sound like AI because they just go on Beatport Top 10, play, and they'll find the song that sounds like another song, and it all sounds the same. So it already sounds like AI. They're already sounding like robots. So is it gonna? It's only gonna be flatline. There'll be no ups and downs, valleys, and that's, I feel like, what makes the whole journey,
Yeah,
especially as an opening DJ. Where that's the whole point. You go from here to here until right, and then you could even dip a little bit before the main act gets on. That's
yeah.
the whole thing.
Your job is
There's
to
no AI that could do that.
for sure. Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like properly. I'm sorry, I don't think that there's an AI that can do that, especially for something that I do. Maybe to bang out, a big festival. It already sounds like AI.
I can't not agree on that with
Yeah.
you. We're gonna end up with some like quick fire questions. So just like one word answer, basically. Would you prefer indoor or outdoor venue? You already almost indoor, right?
Indoor.
Intimate or bigger crowd?
It's like asking what's your favorite child.
You
They're
can,
they're both special. They're both special, but smaller crowds, you really feel it.
yeah. House or techno?
House
120 BPM or 130 BPM?
120.
First word that comes to mind when I say B2B.
Caesar Romero.
Okay. Most underrated DJ or producer in your opinion?
That's a good question. It's a good one. I would have to think about it.
Okay. If there is something in mind, you come.
Yeah, I'll come back to that one.
One DJ or artist that influence you the most, you'll think.
Lifestyle, DJ, and everything. Steve Lawler. Musically, John Digweed.
Any drinks you like during playing like during a set?
Tequila.
Comfort food after a set?
Tacos.
Because we're in Mexico?
No,
No?
tacos.
Okay. Vinyl or CDJ?
Vinyl. Vinyl.
Vinyl,
But
yeah.
like, if I have to go back, definitely vinyl.
Perfect.
It's definitely a feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. So, okay, we're gonna end up on that. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you, Jesse.
thanks
Really
so much for
appreciate
having me. See
taking
you
your
tonight.
time. Yeah, for sure. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you for the other one. Thank you.